There was another thing that Craig was good enough to share with me, and it's been doing the rounds as well. This is from Rolling Stone, that great bastion of superb journalism. But
sorry,
let's go with it. Yeah, so Billie Eilish, Gracie Abrams, Pedro Pascal, of course. Pedro, I support current thing Pascal. Spike Lee and a bunch of other people I don't care about team up with Jane Fonda in a free speech fight. So more than 500 of the world's biggest stars have banded together to revive the McCarthy-era Committee for the First Amendment. So the sort of high-level view of this is back during the 50s and 60s when the McCarthy hearings were going on to like try and root out communist activity in Hollywood. They also formed the actors in Hollywood formed this committee to try and fight back against it, called the Committee for the First Amendment, arguing for free speech within the film industry and freedom of political expression, which is all lovely. Now they're getting all a bit scared that they're going to be facing a similar thing now, and they're launching this again, but it's like probably quite a sad, retarded version of what they had back in the 50s. And I just thought, isn't it interesting that suddenly you guys care about free speech?
Well,
you know?
Okay, we talked about this today on Side Scrollers. Their website is even better because they have a statement out about it as well. Would you like me to read some of the statement here?
Give it to us. Give it to us hard.
All right.
Give me the meat and give it to me raw.
This committee was initially created during the McCarthy-era, a dark time when the federal government repressed and persecuted American citizens for their political beliefs. They targeted elected officials, government employees, academics, and artists. They were blacklisted, harassed, silenced, and even imprisoned. Just this first paragraph by itself, I just found so ironic coming from them, given what we've seen just in the last few years, the idea of blacklisting somebody and harassing somebody and silencing them.
Where was all this righteous indignation when Gina Carano got fired from Lucasfilm?
Exactly.
Completely blacklisted.
The one free speech issue they'll fight over is communism. Like that sums up Hollywood.
I mean, I was going to say, like, because, like, in Hollywood today, like, if you're a big celebrity there, announce that you're a Republican or that you really love Donald Trump or whatever it might be, and just see where it takes your career. Just see where it goes, and then talk to me about freedom of speech and freedom of expression, because I'm going to bet you guys wouldn't give a fuck about that.
Mm-mm.
So it's like, which way do you want it, boys? You know, do you want freedom of expression within your industry, or do you just want everyone to fucking agree with you? Because you can't have both of them things.
It's important because they gotta let you know that they're being oppressed at this point. It says the McCarthy era ended when Americans from across the political spectrum finally came together and stood up for the principles in the Constitution against the forces of repression. Those forces have returned. And it's our turn to stand together in defense of our constitutional rights. The federal government is once again engaged in a coordinated campaign to silence critics of the government, the media, the judiciary, academia, and the entertainment industry. We refuse to stand by and let that happen. Free speech and free expression are the inalienable rights of every American of all backgrounds and political beliefs, no matter how liberal or conservative you may be. Okay.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. The ability to criticize, question, protest, and even mock those in power is foundational of what America is always aspired to be. We understand this is a frightening and confusing moment to many people. We recognize that we represent just one group of many who are under the threat right now across classrooms, libraries, factories, companies, and workplaces of all kinds. Americans of every walk of life are facing intimidation and censorship.
Oh, whoa.
I wasn't sure if it was me.
Who was that?
I think your microphone might have browned out there.
Oh, did it sound like I was farting? Sorry.
Yeah.
You're getting censored.
Yeah, I know.
We need this committee to help you.
Damn you, Trump. No. Here we go. We know there is power in solidarity and strength in numbers. We will stand together, fiercely united, to defend free speech and expression from this assault. This is not a partisan issue. This is why we urge every American who cares about the First Amendment, the cornerstone of our democracy, and every artist around the globe who looks at the United States as a beacon of freedom to join us. And to those who profit from our work while threatening the livelihoods of everyday working people, bowing to government censorship, and cowering to brute intimidation, we see you, and history will not forget. This will not be the last you hear from us.
So this was all sparked by Jimmy Kimmel getting fired for
Yes.
about 5 minutes. Well, not even fired, actually. His show just being put on temporary hiatus because they were facing potential lawsuits because he was putting out completely defamatory and libel statements during an active police investigation that could have got the network sued. But yeah, sure, it's definitely an assault on free speech. Nice one, guys. And then now he's back on the air like nothing ever happened. I'm really glad these people are here to clutch their pearls and help the world out. Thank you, Committee for the First Amendment.
There's a giant list of all 550 people at the bottom of this website, which I haven't scrolled to yet. But do you want to play the game where you can see if your favorite commie is on the list?
I am willing to bet that, yeah. Let's see what we've got here. Pedro Pascal's top of the list.
Oh, Pedro. Yeah, Pedro's right there. Yep.
We've got J.J. Abrams, Whoopi Goldberg, of course.
What about Rachel Zegler? Is she still trying to hang around?
She's not relevant enough to be in this article anymore.
Yeah, she's not there. Nope.
Kerry Washington, Mark Ruffalo, fucking imagine my shock. Sean Penn, yep. Ted Danson, Billy Crystal, Nicolas Cage. Oh, wow, that surprised me. Fran Drescher.
Yeah, Fran is on there, yep.
Yeah, because she's the head of the Actors Union or something, isn't she?
Mm-hmm.
What else? Aaron Sorkin.
George Takei.
Of course, yeah. That's the ones I've got on this list here.
That's who's who. You guys nailed them all real quick, which is great.
We know Florence Pugh's there.
Yeah, Florence.
Yeah.
Right there.
The thing is, like, if you're an actor working in Hollywood today, how could you not sign up for this? If you get asked about it, what are you going to do? Say no? It's like, yeah, that's fine. You don't have to, but we'll remember that you didn't. That's how this shit works. This is how it always works. You follow the herd.
Hey, listen, but no matter how liberal or conservative you may be, it's really important that you are part of this. That's right.
It's like there's herds, and then there's herds of communists. That is normally an exception, which is, like, if Trump came out and went, I'm going to, like, objectively oppress communists, like, no, there are not many people in the country that would care.
Yeah, I mean... Oh, have we lost you, Disparu? Can we hear you?
Hello?
Oh, yeah. Thought you cut out for a second there. Yeah, like, I could get behind this if there was, like, legit government censorship going on and people were getting arrested and rounded up and blackballed and all that stuff. Like, this was a proper witch hunt going on in Hollywood. Nothing's happened. That's the thing. Like, literally nothing has happened apart from one late night talk show host that's not particularly entertaining and nobody likes, getting temporarily taken off the air for like a few days, and then he's back again. And that's what's got them in a complete tiz over this. And they're now going to war over this. Like they're going to march through the streets or something. It is amazing. Like this is where we've ended up.
Well, it's just them presenting, like, their next strategy, their next framing technique will be Trump's against free speech, he's trying to oppress you. They're going back to old terms because, essentially, the class warfare, the identity warfare didn't work. And so now this is something that we think we can catch everyone on. Well, you support the Constitution, don't you? You don't want to be against America. So they're taking on that more patriotic kind of position rather than just being the we're for everyone else except you, which doesn't work.
Yeah. And I just think, yeah, the idea that they're pro free speech all of a sudden, that they're pro expression, yeah, like that is not how things work in Hollywood. Clearly, we all know that. Like, if anyone comes out as even mildly conservative there, that's their career effectively over, unless they are so massive that you can't cancel them. But even then, it's seriously going to hurt their public image. And so you guys cannot, like, for 1 second frame yourselves as the bastions of freedom of expression and free speech, because you're not.
Well, there's Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah,
I was going to carry on with my rant and basically say you're a herd of mindless, fucking, idiotic sheep. You rule by fear. That's all you are.
I was going to say there's actually an additional layer to this. I apologize for cutting you off, Drinker. There's another layer to this where we talk about them being like commies and communists and all this stuff. Well, they can't actually say that. They can't actually say they're communists because we learned this today on our show that communists are not actually protected under the Civil Rights Act of 1964 in the United States.
Well,
so, yeah, it's pretty funny. So as you can see, it doesn't explicitly list political affiliation or ideology such as communism. The act prohibits discrimination based off race, color, religion, sex, etc. However, members of communist organizations are specifically excluded from protection under Title VII of the Civil Rights Act. The law defines unlawful employment practice as not including actions taken against individuals. So anyways, yes, you technically could, like the Civil Rights Act does not apply to them, which is why they'll never actually say that they are communist. So you can just kind of slide it on in there. So
yeah, they left it to the press to go, well, the last time this group was around was during communism. So everyone could put two and two together themselves.
Yeah. We're not going to say it explicitly. Just figure it out, guys.
It is an interesting thing, though, when you're on about Hollywood doesn't have free speech, because a lot of this is down to just the perception of the people that listen to it. That becomes their reality. So if they don't know Hollywood isn't, they're just going to assume they are. And as no one in Hollywood can say that they don't have their free speech, because then they get kicked out of it, then they can literally just lie to everyone and go, no, Hollywood's a bastion of everything. Of course we support conservatives. Anyone in Hollywood can be conservative, and no one will ever be able to deny it. So it's quite insidious in that regard.
It's kind of like anyone's free to be conservative within our industry. It's just crazy that no one ever has declared themselves as,
They'll be like, look, Chris Pratt. You could ask Chris, is Chris Pratt free to say anything? And he'll be like, no, I can say anything that I want.
Yeah, Chris Pratt's biggest, I don't know, his biggest crime has just been not saying anything. And people then just form assumptions about him. It's like, right, so you're not explicitly denouncing, Christianity or whatever. Well, you're one of them, aren't you? That's what he gets. And there's that tacit kind of hatred that just gets applied to him.
But the interesting thing about people like Chris Pratt is because everyone kind of knows, you kind of expected him to get cancelled at some point, but they've never had a reason to. So he must be the cleanest guy in Hollywood, because if they had any excuse to get rid of him, they would have done. But he's too successful and just too good of a guy for them to find any dirt on to use an excuse.